Hi again, Nick Troiano here, and on Saturday I went to Muncie, Pennsylvania for a flood insurance summit, where home and property owners gathered who've been negatively impacted by recent changes to the National Flood Insurance Program, or NFIP. This week I want to share some steps I think we can take to deal with the problem at hand, and also some lessons I think we can learn to apply more broadly in the future. The NFIP was created in 1968 as an affordable way for homeowners to access flood insurance and to defray government costs of disaster assistance. But subsidies granted through the program have in part prevented it from keeping pace with its costs, particularly in light of large weather events like Superstorm Sandy. Today, the program is more than $24 billion in debt. Here's lesson one. Government programs that seem affordable on paper become quite the opposite in practice. That's why all government programs need goals, objectives, and performance metrics, as well as proper and continuous oversight from Congress. In 2012, Congress took steps to restore the financial solvency of the NFIP through the Biggert Waters Flood Insurance Reform Act, which eliminated policy subsidies and adjusted premiums to their full risk value. But it was too much too fast. Homeowners saw their premiums skyrocket and their property values plummet. In trying to fix the NFIP, this congressional action threatened to bankrupt families and entire communities. Our Congressman Tom Marino voted in favor of the Biggert Waters legislation. That is, before he's now trying to repeal it. He continues to point fingers at the Federal Emergency Management Agency for the premium increases, but if the congressman read the bill before he voted for it, he would have seen that right there on page 4, it called for 20% rate increases per year until premiums were fully adjusted. Here's lesson 2. Members of Congress who vote in lockstep with their political party, oftentimes unintentionally, disregard the best interests of their constituents. That's why we need political leaders who work for the people, not their party leadership. After a large public backlash, members of Congress took corrective action by passing the Homeowners Flood Insurance Affordability Act, which Congressman Marino also supported. But this bill simply kicks the can down the road. It delays some provisions of Biggert Waters and it orders yet another government study. It's a band-aid, not a solution. But what members of Congress did succeed at was pushing off the issue until after their election. Here's lesson 3. Problems that are decades in the making can't be solved overnight. But the sooner we act, the more gradual we can phase in changes and the less drastic they have to be. We must work together not only to restore fiscal solvency to the NFIP, but to protect the economic vitality of our communities and the well-being of our neighbors, recognizing that this issue affects all of us, not just those who live in the floodplains. Real reform can be accomplished by slowing the pace of premium adjustments, introducing means-tested policies for those most in need, forgiving the current debt of the NFIP, and providing additional grants and low-interest loans for both community and individual flood mitigation. But real reform not only requires a change in policy, it's going to require a change in political leadership. Representative Marino has let our community down time and again, and I know we can do better. Well, until next time, I welcome your thoughts in the comments section below, and we'll see you next week.